Good morning, gamers. Welcome to Xbox Beyond the Box. I'm your host, Dragon Dust. Hey, gamers, we want to say thank you. Thank you for all the love and support that you show the channel, all the comments. Everything seems to be staying really positive. We really appreciate that. With that being said, if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We'd really appreciate that as well. So, gamers, today we are talking about female lead roles in wrestling games as well as UFC games. Because, in all honesty, my boss and I, we both love wrestling, we love the UFC, we love gaming. And my boss is a bit of a feminist. She really is pushing for the female movement, which I don't blame her. I'm kind of in with her on that too. Because, let's face it, guys haven't exactly done the greatest job in running the country. But with that being said, we've looked at the WWE. And granted, Stephanie McMahon has really made some leaps and bounds in the WWE. The female Royal Rumble, the female match over in, I think it was Saudi Arabia or Abu Dhabi, one of the Middle Eastern countries there. But when it comes to the wrestling games, we are not seeing anything along the lines of a female lead role. No female storylines. And in fact, the only real wrestling game out there is the WWE 2K series. And it's had no competition. And they don't really have a reason to even expand on the create a character mode. It really looks horrendous at times. Let's face it, females are not eye candy anymore. They really aren't. And the idea that 2K Games seems to be just kind of shoving them off to the side as like a bit of side information, is kind of crappy. They don't have any love stories anymore, because the older wrestling games had love stories. Some of them even had the female storylines to them. But now, it just feels like the females are being shoved off to the side. And to be quite honest, this isn't right. Now, the UFC games have really taken a step forward. They really have. No storyline, because we often see banter back and forth between UFC fighters leading up to the fights in real life. But now it's just basically, fight and fight some more, train, fight and fight some more. There needs to be bigger roles. Storyline is as important to especially to fighters as it is to the fighting itself. And the WWE is supposed to be all about stories, banter back and forth between wrestlers. We don't have that for the female wrestlers. We barely have it for the guys. And this really is upsetting. I mean, because, like I say, Stephanie McMahon is, all talk about, females taking a bigger step forward, bigger roles, and pushing the envelope for the females. But yet, we don't see her having any input in the 2K series games. I mean, this is WWE property. She needs to step up and have a voice in this, and not let, the gaming company push her around. And I don't know if that's the case, but I mean, she really needs to voice it, openly, that, a larger wrestling game needs to step up. That, and in general, the WWE series should not be the only wrestling game that we have an option to. Because let's face it, if that's all there is, if there's no competition, don't expect the games to really improve. They're selling on the WWE name, not so much the improvement. Now, I did see WWE 2K videos for WWE 2K18, and the violence was impressive. Them using weapons and stuff, and having to go back to old things that worked, which I'm not complaining about. Sometimes, old stuff does work a little bit better. It kind of makes you wonder why they left it in the first place. But nonetheless, when you push, a gender aside and say, well, it's all men, no. I've even seen complaints. My wife, who runs the social media, basically tells me all day long about complaints, that the females get kind of the shitty end of the stick when it comes to create a character, when it comes to, story mode. Let's face it, there are women gamers, and it's growing and growing, and, we need to start looking at the possibility that, females, with a growing need for games, should not be eye candy. They should have a mainstay role. Now, sound off in the comments if you feel that I'm wrong, or if you feel that this is something that needs to be pushed forward. We want to hear from you, gamers. With that being said, I've been your host, Dragon Dust. This has been Xbox Beyond the Box, and we're asking the question: why are there not more female lead roles in wrestling games? And I want to wish you all happy gaming, and I want you to stay awesome out there. I'm out of here.